Hey people, how you doing? It's Destination here. So, I'm trying out something a bit different today. And that was the side effect of it. I'm trying to film this downstairs with, in my dining room, effectively. And with my dog. So if you hear some crunching, he's having dinner right now. And if this gets knocked, yeah, that's him. So, that being said, I want to carry on having a look at the 30k rules for Ultramarines. Now, specifically, we've gone through most of, well, all of the units, apart from the bad man himself, Roboute Guilliman, or Roboute Guilliman, or Robert Guilliman, as a lot of people like to call him. So, I'm going to give you his rundowns of what he is. There are... actually, no, it says all the rules here for the Primarch. That's quite handy. So, let's start off. How much does he cost? He costs 400 points. So, this guy will be a Lord of War unless you take the new Legion detachment or Rite of War, where the Primarch's your HQ choice. But yeah, other than that, he's a Lord of War. Unit composition 1, unique. Unit type, infantry, character. Not independent character. That's interesting. War gear, Armour of Reason, the Gladius in Candor, and the Hand of Dominion, the Arbitrator, Cognis Signum, and Frag Grenades. Doesn't have crack grenades. That's interesting. Okay, this unit may only be taken as part of a Loyalist faction as well. Okay, so yeah, he is a good guy. So, let's run through his steps. Weapon skill 7, BS 6, strength 6, toughness 6, 6 wounds, initiative 6, 4 attacks, leadership 10, 2 up armor save. Special rules, he is a Primarch, which means he has the independent character, previous comment redacted. Eternal Warrior, Fear, Adamantium Will, Fleet, Fearless, It Will Not Die, Master of the Legion, Precision Strike, and Precision Shot. He also has Sire of the Ultramarines, Preternatural, Strategy, Unyielding Will, and he is a bulky. He's not extremely bulky. That's interesting. So he could effectively go in a drop pod. That's interesting. Well, the Ultramarines don't like drop pods, apparently. So let's go through what it is. So the Ultramarines Roboute Guilliman, and any unit he joins may reroll failed charge distances and ignore the effects of concussion special rule. All models in the Legion exercise Ultramarine special rule in the same army as Roboute Guilliman, +1 to their leadership value to a maximum of 10 when he is in play. So he gets +1 leadership. Invictara Suzerain squads and Legion Terminator squads may be taken as troops choices for Ultramarines primary detachments with Roboute Guilliman as its warlord. Now that's interesting because I don't know if that means the special kind of Ultramarines Terminators or not. It just says Legion Terminators, so I'm assuming no, because that would be pretty crazy. Again, gotta love these new background effects. Dog drinking water. So, preternatural strategy. So there's a load of spiel about what it does. So he's really good at strategizing. If any army containing Roboute Guilliman has been determined to have the first turn in a particular mission, the opposing player must reroll successful attempts to seize the initiative where this is a factor. Okay, so that's quite handy. So if you seize the initiative, basically Roboute says, no, you won't. Select a single unit entry from the Ultramarines army list. Units of this type in Roboute Guilliman's detachment gain one of the following rules: Implacable Advance, Interceptor, or Tank Hunters, if they do not already possess it. So this one gets a little bit confusing. And they've tried to explain it here, but I've still got a little bit confused. It took a little few rereads of this to get it right. Only one special rule may be chosen, which affects all of these selected units. Note that this applies to particular entries in the army list, not types and models or a chosen unit's dedicated transport. So for example, this ability could be applied to all Legion Land Raider battle squadrons in a detachment, as this is a specific heavy support choice in the Legion Exercise Crusade army list. But such a selection would not confer this rule to any Land Raiders in a detachment from other selections from the army list. So basically, as far as I've read this, and I've read it a few times, and by all means everyone might read it differently, it's basically saying if you have a Land Raider battle squadron, new special effects, dog scratching, if you have a Land Raider battle squadron, the dog is trying to eat something. What are you trying to eat, dog? Bear me 2 seconds while I sort this out. Okay, dog has been pacified. A little bit. He's giving me a dodgy look now. Yeah, so what I was trying to explain with this rule. So say, for example, if you say, okay, all the Land Raider battle squadrons in your army get Tank Hunter. That's cool. But what it means, say for example, if something else has a dedicated transport, which is a Land Raider, that doesn't get it. However, if you took more than one Land Raider battle squadron, they would all get it. So, let's try and put this in context. So you could say, all of your troops, all of your tactical squads have Tank Hunter, or Implacable Advance. Now, if you said Implacable Advance, I'd have to double check the rules on Implacable Advance. I'm not sure, but I think it might make them scoring units. I can't remember how it works in Age of Darkness, so I'll read that up later. But you could do, so all your tactical squads get that rule. Or they all get Tank Hunter, so all your support choices of Tank Hunter. It could be massively handy if you have something which you have to pay for Tank Hunter for. So for example, what I run in the Night Lords is the Lightning Strike Fighters. I have to pay to upgrade them to Tank Hunters. If I ran them in an Ultramarines list, I could just say Lightning Strike Fighters have Tank Hunter because I've got Guilliman on the board, and I wouldn't have to pay for that upgrade. Granted, I would have to pay 400 points for a Primarch, but you kind of get the gist. If that doesn't make sense, get the book yourself and read it. I hope that makes sense. Dog scratching again. Whoopee. Okay, so let's try and carry on. When fighting in a challenge, roboute guilliman gains +1 weapon skill on each round of continuous combat after the first, becoming WS8 on the second round, WS9 on the third round, WS10 on the fourth, and subsequent rounds. This effect is reset, and he must start again from his normal WS value against each subsequent opponent fought in the challenge. Okay, so if he's fighting in the challenge, each round he actually gets better. Unyielding will. Roboute Guilliman's leadership value is not subject to negative modifiers of any kind, and he may reroll any failed deny the witch tests. That's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy indeed. Okay, what else we got? Armor of Reason. So there's stuff about he's copied other Primarch stuff. The armor provides a 2+ armor save or 4+ invulnerable save, and in addition, the first invulnerable save failed by Roboute Guilliman in each particular phase of the game may be re-rolled. So that means in the shooting phase, if he fails his invulnerable save, he can re-roll it. And then in the same turn, in the combat phase, if he fails his invulnerable save, he can re-roll that too. That's pretty crazy. I've seen that firsthand against another Primarch, and it is just annoying. The Gladius Incandor and the Hand of Dominion. Roboute Guilliman's controlling player must choose which of these two weapons to use in any particular assault phase, and all of the model's attacks are made with the chosen profile. But in either case, Guilliman gains +1 attack for using 2 specialist weapons in combat. Okay. So basically he gets 5 attacks as standard. So that's pretty nuts. So Gladius Incandor is +1 strength, so make it strength 7. It's AP2. It's melee, shred, murderous strike, and specialist weapon. Murderous strike attacks with a special rule cause instant death to honor to wound roll of 6. Roll any viable saves against the instant death causing wounds separately to any other wounds attack causing that conflict or inflict. So basically it means if you cause those, roll them separately to the rest of them. Hand of Dominion is strength 10, AP1 melee, concussive, unwieldy, and specialist weapon. So that's pretty crazy. And the Arbitrator, one of roboute guilliman's favourite sidearms when in open battle, was a heavily customised combi bolt, which he was able to wield as deftly as one of his legionnaires might handle a pistol. Dubbed by him the Arbitrator for the matters it settled, it was tooled to tolerances beyond any but the Archmagus of the Mechanicum to fathom, while its bolt shells were handcrafted by the finest ordnancer rights of the Legion's forges and fitted with micro-atomantic compression warheads. Man, those are long words today. Okay, so the Arbitrator is range 18, strength 6, AP 3, assault 2, rending. So yeah, that's pretty nuts. It's pretty good, like infantry killing gun. Would it be good against another Primarch or Terminators? Probably not. The rending's okay, but it's not something to rely on. AP3 though would just shred other guys. He does have precision shot as well, so you could start sniping people out with him. So let's have a think. Where would Guilliman be good? What would be his good strengths? He's kind of good. He's a good all-rounder, basically. He's good in hand-to-hand combat. He's not going to be able to take on someone like Angron. Angron's going to slap him a new one. Someone like Lorgar, I've seen it firsthand actually. He gave Lorgar a kicking. I'd be intrigued to see how he fared up against something with higher initiative like Kurz or one of the faster Primarchs. I'd be intrigued to see how he handles up against some of the heavy hitters like Vulcan, Perturabo, Ferrus Manus, even Mortarion. I think he'd do alright against Mortarion. I think he'd have an interesting time against Horus. I think Horus would have a bit of fun with him. But he's definitely a booster to your army. The fact of giving all of a particular kind of unit implacable advance, interceptor or tank hunters. Interceptor's pretty crazy, actually. Now interceptor, if I remember rightly, it only works on stuff coming in from deep strike, but if you were going against a drop pod army, this guy would be really quite good, because you could say all of your land raiders with las cannons all have interceptor, so all of them, if drop pods are coming down, could just smash stuff. He's going to do pretty well in the challenge. He's going to get better and better at WS. He's pretty good on surviving just with that invuln save. What would I throw him in with? Probably the Invicta Suzerain. I think that would be a good choice, and have him as stick him in a Spartan or something like that and run him as a bit of a warhead. I mean, to be fair, with most of the Primarchs, you're going to do the same sort of thing with them, really. You're going to use them as the sort of the spear tip to smash stuff apart. I would say this guy is definitely more of a buff, but the fact that he can switch up between weapons does make him a bit of a versatile kind of Primarch to run with. He doesn't have great shooting, so... But then again, I don't think a lot of Primarchs have really been renowned for shooting, even like Perturabo. I mean, he's probably got the best shooting I've seen so far out of Primarchs. I mean, they've all got their own little, nasty things they can do, but I think Perturabo's kind of clinching it at the moment with gun power. Yeah, that's guilliman for you. Yeah, he's a pretty solid all-rounder that's going to bolster your army, basically. I wouldn't throw him in as a lone guy like Angron. Angron you could probably let loose and he would just tear a hole in an army. However, I've always found with people who take Angron learn to take a bodyguard with him pretty quickly. This guy, I would be interested to see how he fares against someone like Kurz. Because Kurz is a bit more slashy and might kill you a bit quicker. But we'll see how that goes. So, my phone's going off now. This has been such an interrupted sort of session. But yeah, here is the Primarch roboute guilliman. I'm sorry it's been a bit stagnated. I've been trying with the new surroundings and getting used to stuff. I hope that makes sense. I'm going to move on to another Primarch. Sorry, not Primarch. Legion will be the next one. Wow, really should not do this straight after work. We'll have a look at another Legion, see what else is going on, see what their benefits and stuff are. We will try and get through all the Legions eventually. So if you want to know what they do online, my channel will be an open library for you too. I will read out the rules to you and you can do what you want with it from there. So I will leave you with that. That is Robert Guilliman. Thanks very much for watching, guys. Take it steady and I'll catch you all next time. See you later. Bye bye.